Hey everybody, this is Marvin, and this is another great episode of ETX Rocks featuring Saints 11.
From the great state of Texas, this is the latest episode of the ETX ROCKS Show. Nestled in the piney woods of East Texas, the ETX ROCKS Show delivers the stories and songs of talented artists of all genres, all styles, from the unheralded and unheard to the legends and beyond. We bring a passion for music and a drive to go behind the curtain with our guests. We focus on all artists, from LA to New York, Nashville down to Texas, and everywhere in between. ETX is our location, not a limitation. Now, as always, it's viewers and listeners like you out there that are our biggest support for the show. If you want to contribute to the show, please do so by donating to www.paypal.me/ETXRocks. And thank you for tuning in. Wherever you're tuned in, please hit the like, follow, and or subscribe buttons. And now, for another great episode of ETX ROCKS. Hey guys, Boston Chris here with the ETX ROCKS Show, and you're tuned in to the 239th episode of the show. Now, Texas country music is a melting pot of so many styles of music, including country, rock, bluegrass, blues, soul, and even americana. Saints 11 is a combination of all of the above and much more. With a multitude of styles, Saints 11 has inhabited the Texas country charts for many years. Jeff Grossman, the frontman and co-founder of the band, has transitioned into a phenomenal songwriter over the years, and we are thrilled to pick his brain today for the first time on the ETX Rock. Okay, so we are sitting here with the founder and frontman of Saints 11, Mr. Jeff Grossman. Jeff, I want to thank you for taking some time to visit with us.
Absolutely.
Today.
Thanks for having me.
So we had this scheduled a little bit earlier in the year, and something came up, and we're just really, really happy we finally get to do this with
man.
you.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
So you brought a couple of guitars with you today. So tell us about the first song you're going to play for us, and maybe a little backstory behind it.
The first song is called "For Those That Came." It's a song I wrote the day my grandfather got called home. It's a spiritual tune. It's not meant to be sad, but kind of meant for, a lighter side of being called home, you know what I mean?
It's a very uplifting song.
Yeah. So it's a cool song, man. It turned out really good. Walt Wilkins produced this record, and him and his wife Tina did some cool little oohs and ahs at the end of it.
Yeah.
It turned out really good, man.
Yeah. So you guys check this out. It's live and unplugged only here on the ETX ROCKS Show. From Jeff Grossman of Saints 11, this is called "For Those That Came."
I got dressed up today in the finest suit I'd see. Said goodbye to all my friends. It's a bittersweet day for me to live a life that was so great. But I'm going home now to see my sweet Rose again. So say a short prayer for those that came, and for the little ones that carry my name. I see them all sooner than they think, and I will save them a place. So y'all please don't shed a tear. I've looked forward to this place. It's a place I've known of since I was a child, and I can't wait to see my kinfolk gather round like we used to. Sing to the one that's bringing me home. Alright. So say a short prayer for those who came, for the little ones that carry my name. I see them all soon and they flame, and I will save them a place. This little light of mine, well, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, let it shine, Lord, let it shine. So say a short prayer for those who came, for the little ones who carry my name. I see them all sooner than they think, and I will save them a place.
All right, guys, so that was For Those That Came, live and unplugged from Jeff Grossman. And so we're really thrilled to have Jeff here for the first time, as I said in the open. And now you're originally from the Dallas area, is that right?
Originally, I'm from Joshua, Texas, which is it's right around the Cleburne, Burleson, South Fort Worth area.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm in the Dallas area.
Something about Fort Worth, man.
Yeah.
So much talent out there.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And man, you know, one thing I love about Jeff and his music, especially with Saints 11, is so many different styles of music all collectively into one bucket that I call Saints 11. So, you know, I don't normally start off an episode just with a cookie cutter question like who were your influences, but I'm really, really curious.
Man, I had a lot of influences growing up. I mean, I listened to anything from Pantera to Buck Owens, you know. But my biggest influence was probably Dwight Yoakam on the country side and probably the Black Crowes on the rock side.
Wow, okay. Yeah. And I definitely hear that Bakersfield sound in your style a lot of times.
Yeah.
It's pretty predominant in your music at times. And, I mean, you even have a Buck Owens cover on the record, too.
Yeah, we do, man. It was a great song, you know. When I first heard it, I heard the Ray Charles version. Okay. I was like, man, that's a really deep lyrics, you know. Yeah. And then I was like, I need to honky tonk that up a little bit, and we did, and everybody loved it, you know, at shows. And I said, man, we need to record that because you know it was a fan favorite. So, and it turned out to be a good tune to cut on the new record. So
right, and if you look at the back of the record, there's all these songs on there, 11 songs I think on the record, and they were all written by either Jeff Grossman or Buck Owens. So
yeah, it kind of stands out, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does. And I mean, you've got the Buck Owens song like smack dab in the middle of the record too. So it's like, you know, it looks like Jeff Grossman is this like the bread and Buck Owens is the meat. Of this songwriting sandwich. Yeah. So, you know, you talk about your influences as far as that goes, but are there a separate set for your songwriting?
No, not really. I don't really have a songwriter influence. I just write from the heart and write from, you know, stuff that I know. I can't, you know, I don't really sit down and like listen to a particular songwriter. I don't listen to his, because it's somebody else's head, you know. I'm my own. It's
hard enough just figuring yourself out,
exactly
right?
Yeah, exactly. So I just write from what I know and what I feel.
And I mean, your songs are so dang honest.
Yeah.
You know, have you heard that before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
You know, they're just so honest, so organic, so, you know, grassroots, so to speak. But you know, you listen to the record as a whole work of art, and it's like different chapters in a book.
Sure.
Instead of hearing the same song over and over again.
Yeah.
You've got to be a nightmare in the studio. I mean, just trying to figure out what you want to do here and there.
Not really, because I got it pretty much figured out before we go into the studio.
Really?
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the rehearsal studio before we cut a record.
So you're mapping things out before you even... That's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's more beneficial to do that. I mean, do it at home instead of, you know, wasting all that time in the studio. But I mean, I really love to get, like, when Walt produced this record, I really like the way he produced it. We came in there with the meat and potatoes, and he like, added the spices to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's a good producer anyway. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I really wanted him to do this record, because he's not only a great artist, but a great producer too.
Yeah, phenomenal songwriter.
Yeah. So, we wanted to be prepared and just come in there and lay down the basic stuff, and then let him add the little flares to it. So,
right.
And he didn't change much to it, the structure much, but he definitely added a lot of color to it. So
yeah, and it's definitely there. You can tell as a listener. You've got the fiddle here, the mandolin there, the steel here. There's
the backup
organ, there's
singers.
keys.
He picked the right.
It's an incredible journey.
Yeah.
Just walking through the album, one song at a time.
Yeah.
So, as a listener, I'm listening to the record in order, which is hard to do sometimes on YouTube, I might add, because, you get your auto play or whatever it's called on there. But I try to listen in order. And, I mean, it just works organically going from one song to another. Yeah. So, how much thought do you put into the order of songs on a record?
I just tried. I mean, I did. There was some planning going into that. When I got the rough mix before we went to mastering, I kind of was like, man, I want to start off kind of an upbeat. I wanted the record to flow. I didn't want to be boring up front, too many slow songs together, and you know what I mean? I wanted to kind of, but if you put the CD in and just let it play all the way through, I think it worked. I think it.
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah. And I mean, this isn't the first record either.
No, it's our third one.
But man, Walt Wilkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys out there, if you're listening from outside of the state of Texas, I'm not going to talk to you guys in Texas because everybody in Texas knows who Walt Wilkins is. And if you don't, you shouldn't be watching this show. I'm just going to say that straight off. But if you're living outside the state of Texas, I implore you to Google the name Walt Wilkins. Because you will be blown away.
Yeah.
Phenomenal songwriter, performer, producer,
person.
I haven't met him yet, so man, life goals.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So we mentioned this is the third record.
Yeah.
The first one produced by Walt, though.
Sure.
What's the evolution of your product like over those three albums? You're writing all along, but I mean, I've listened to some of the other two albums as well, and there's definitely a difference between the three of them, and not just from a production standpoint, but from a writing standpoint.
Yeah, I've definitely grown as a songwriter. I mean, I think everybody does, or they should. They should strive to be a better songwriter as you keep growing.
Right.
I think I'm proud of this one. I'm proud of these songs that I wrote because I can see my maturity.
I
could tell they're getting better.
Yeah.
Because I listened to some of the songs on the first record and I was like, that's kind of dumb. I mean, they sound okay, but I was like, man, I'm kind of proud of myself for writing better songs now.
Well, one thing I did notice is, the first record was a little more country.
Yeah.
This is more swampy now.
It's a little more Americana-ish.
Yeah. But it's got a heavy blues influence in there, and it just makes you want to bob your head. And man, I love that kind of stuff. Like, I call it swampy just because it makes you feel like you're sitting at a bonfire in the middle of the swamp, just listening to the licks that you have. And that wasn't quite there a couple of records ago, I don't think.
No, it was. I mean, you could hear some of that in the first record for sure. The second record maybe was a little bit more rock and rolly, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I like all three records, but this one is definitely the one I'm most proud of right now because it's, like I said, my songwriting has gotten better, I think, and we're starting to write for the next album already too, so kind of looking forward to that.
You got an ETA on that yet?
No, because I think we're gonna do like a half live album, half new song.
Oh, that'll be neat.
Yeah.
So I know you do some acoustic stuff now and again too. You ever plan on putting some of that on a record? I
haven't really thought about that. I mean, no, I don't know. That's a good idea though, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe put a cut or two as a maybe surprise or.
Well, if that ever happens, then I'm going to need some album credit for that.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah.
I don't need no money.
Yeah.
Just put
credit
me on the album.
Yeah. Just make me a star.
For sure. Then one thing I definitely wanted to talk about is "Shelter Me." You know,
Yeah.
this was a huge single for you,
Yeah.
and the band. I mean, I say him, but you know, Saints 11 is a band.
Sure.
Jeff is the front man of, but "Shelter Me" just shot up them charts. It was a top 20 hit for you. And,
Yeah, they're good.
It seemed to stay on the charts forever too.
I know, right?
And people really dug this song.
Yeah, it was
What do you
good.
think it was about the song that really resonated with listeners?
I think it's just a different sound.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, it's kind of a hillbilly tune, I guess you would say. You know, people kind of like that, I guess. But we always hear that we're a different band anyway. I mean, we're not trying to be different. We just are different.
Right.
We're not trying to be anybody different. It's just the way the sound comes out. It just is. But, you know, it's a different tune that you don't really hear on the radio much. And you definitely don't see Dobro out on, live anymore.
No,
so
you don't.
It's, I don't know.
At least not in Texas.
No, you don't.
So I think when something new hits the radio like that, people, I think at first they don't know what to make of
Yeah.
it. But then I think it grows on them more because
Yeah.
it's so different than everything else they're listening to.
Sure. I mean, and that could hinder us as well too to have a different sound. You know, people, a lot of people don't like change or don't like something new. You
that
know,
sucks,
so
though.
it takes a while, or sometimes it takes us a minute to grow on people. You know, once they start to listen to us, they're like, yeah, that's kind of cool, man. It's not bad.
Yeah.
You know, and then they become fans. So,
Right.
But then again, there's some people that right away they're instant fans when they hear it. So.
I mean, you guys have a huge fan base as well.
Yeah, it's growing. I mean,
yeah.
we're starting to do some stuff out of state even. We're going to Oregon and Idaho the first week in April, and then we'll go back to Montana in August. We hit Nebraska coming up in May, so we're starting to branch out there, you know.
So how did all this start?
The band?
Yeah, just, you were with music.
Man, I started playing when I was 10 years old. I started taking guitar lessons at 10, and then, when I started becoming halfway decent, like 12 or 13, I was doing Opry's. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah.
But Opry's, they have little, people coming in and showcase their talent when they're
Right.
little, kind of get them used to being in front of a crowd and kind of shake the nerve off. But I was always nervous, so it didn't matter. But got me out in front of people, when I was a little kid. But I've been around music all my life ever since I was, before 10 years old. My parents and their parents was always going out to dance halls and stuff, and they'd take the kids and they'd go out dancing, and I'd sit on the side of the stage and kind of watch the band play, and
Right.
it was just something that was always cool to me, man. And I just knew that that's what I wanted to do ever since I was a little kid. So
there wasn't a moment in time where, you're sitting around and this is all of a sudden what you want to make your life out of?
I always knew it
Just
when I was.
always was.
Yeah, since I was a little man. My mom used to clean house and put on an Elvis Presley record, while she was cleaning house, and her uncles and stuff played guitar and mandolin and stuff, and so it was just always a part of my life. So it wasn't like, this is what I wanted to do. It's
Right.
like, this is something I should do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought a guitar, or they bought me a guitar when I was 9 or 10, and then I started taking lessons, and it's been magical ever since.
And I mean, you also have a very unique voice as well.
Yeah.
So, as a youngster, I imagine as a 10, 12, 13-year-old, it probably took you a while to grow into that.
Yeah, I did. I mean, we lived on, we had 10 acres of land when I was growing up, and I always had to mow it on the tractor, so I had plenty of time to myself, and I would just go out, I would just sing to the top of my lungs, man. I didn't care. I mean, we were out in the country. Nobody was out there.
Yeah.
Just me and the cows.
Nobody was listening.
Exactly. Nobody
Yeah.
was listening, and I was bored to death, so, I was just singing to the top of my lungs, and I think that's how I kind of developed, my vocal, I don't know if you would call it a skill, but my vocal sound.
Well, it's definitely an identity, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I just grew up trying to mimic my heroes, like Buck Owens, or not really Buck Owens back then, but Dwight Yoakam and George Strait and all those guys like that. So I guess it made my voice what it is today. I
Right.
guess
So where would you put your music as far as genre?
I don't know,
Because
man.
this has got to be a hard question for you.
It is, and people ask me that all the time, and I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know. The easiest way I can think of would be, I mean, we're a rock band playing country music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
really
because the
basically all.
website, which is saints11.com,
Right.
says Texas country,
Yeah.
but it's got almost like parentheses there
Yeah.
trying to explain what that means.
Right.
Because Texas country is made up of at
all
least a
kinds of
dozen genres.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends on who you are within that genre. Because, I mean, here in Texas, you've got what we call hat acts, which
Yeah.
is, you know, Aaron and Cody and those guys. But
Sure.
then you have your guys that are a little more soulful, like
Yeah,
Cody
yeah.
Jinks and
Yeah, Whiskey Myers.
yeah, Whiskey Myers. And then you have the guys that sound more like 90s country, people like JB
Yeah.
and the Moonshine Band and folks like that. But
Right.
then you even have traditional sounding folks like Case Harden and Carol
Right.
Ray and people like that.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about Texas. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not from here, but I'm so happy to be here
Yeah.
as a music fan. Because it's just amazing to just have all of this music around
Right.
around us at all times. Being in the Fort Worth area as well, man.
Sure.
There's so much talent out there.
Sure.
So are you guys predominantly playing the DFW area mostly, or are you all over the place?
We're all over the place.
Yeah?
Yeah, we do a lot of traveling.
Cool.
We're hardly ever at home, actually. We go out to Lubbock or San Antonio, Houston. Like I said, we're going out of state.
Right.
Doing a lot of traveling outside of state. So, which I love that. We're so welcomed up there, man. It's incredible because
Yeah.
they don't have our kind of music up there.
Right.
Really, So
That's what's great about taking the music outside of Texas too, because
Yeah.
people dig it everywhere.
I know they do, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, we went to Montana. This is the first time we went out of state. We went to Montana last year and did a festival with Reckless Kelly and Uncle Lucius, and even the guys that were opening, the local guys that were opening up for the festival were doing ragweed covers.
Yeah.
And, stuff like that. And they're hundreds of miles away from Texas red dirt music, and they love it up there.
The red dirt is spreading for sure.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's cool.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing too, because I mean, let's be honest, mainstream radio is not for everybody.
No, it's not. No.
So yeah, we're sitting here with Jeff Grossman. This is episode 239 of the show. Can't believe we've done that many episodes. Where does the time go?
How many years has that been?
We started in June of 2016.
Really?
So it'd be 2 years in June.
Dang.
239 of them.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's good.
Crazy. And finally, Saints 11 on the show.
Yeah.
And it took some time, but,
Yep.
I've been following along with you guys for a while. And, I wanted to talk a lot about Shelter Me again.
Yeah.
Just a great song.
Thanks.
Again, first top 20 for you guys. And it won't be the last, I promise you that.
Yeah, thank you.
When you're sitting there, and I mean, the chart comes out every Friday.
Yeah.
So I can imagine as an artist, you're probably waiting for that to come out and to see how you're doing. But
I don't.
you don't pay too much attention to it?
I used to.
Yeah.
But now I don't. It's not something that I. And I mean, I look at it, but it's not something like I'm anticipating. But
Well, I mean, the question I have for you here is once you start getting to the 20s,
Sure.
that's rarefied air. I mean, there's
Yeah.
legendary artists in those
Yeah.
in those spots up there. So what's it like to see your stuff up there with all of those guys?
It's cool.
It's got to be neat.
it is, man. It's definitely cool. But we're more about playing, man. We just want to get out there and play. And if having a top 10 or having a top 20 song gets butts in the seats, then I'm happy.
Right.
That's and it's cool. But I am glad and appreciative of all the stations that play it and all the fans that request it. So
Right.
that's a cool feeling. That's what really is important to me, is that we actually have fans that are calling these stations and requesting it. Like Shelter Me was they do a top 5 requested song, and Shelter Me was number 2 for 2 or 3 weeks in a row.
That's
Man,
crazy.
that's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that's a good mindset to have, what you're doing there. It's
Yeah.
all about performing, and if the single or whatever is doing well and it helps you
Right.
get to a different area or a different venue or
Right.
different ears or whatever,
Yeah.
then that's great to have.
Yep.
But the focus is on the live music.
Yeah, it is. But like I said, if the stations, will pick it up and spin it,
Right.
a couple
And
times
radio
a day.
has to believe in a song
Sure.
in order to play it, whether it's requested or not.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But once they do believe in it and enough to pick it up, and then the fans like it and request it, and it's a pretty cool
Yeah.
feeling.
And so, Shelter Me has run its course on radio and did very, very well. And the new single, which was just released last week, and I'll tell you what, man, I am so stoked about this song. And you, I don't know if you let me say this on air, but you said this is your least favorite song on the record.
Yeah, it is.
And man, you guys, this song, it's called Let Me Go.
Right.
And it features the one and only Courtney Patton on this song.
Yeah.
And it's produced by Walt Wilkins.
Right.
And it's Saints 11, written by Jeff Grossman.
Mm-hmm. It's not that I don't like the song. I do like the song. It's just one of my, like if it was one of my kids, it would be my least favorite kid. Like it would be.
It'd be the one that you give the most chores to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, I mean, it's a cool song. I mean, I enjoyed writing that song. I mean, it was been in the works for actually about a year or so. And then when we got in the studio, I said, "Well, we really need to find. I really want to do this as a duet, but I'm not sure who with yet."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, I'll take care of that. Let me put some feelers out." And Walt's got a great ear for the right people.
Yeah.
And he said, when we recorded the record, we was in Austin for a week, and then we were done with the core stuff.
Yeah.
So we went back home, and he did all the rest, and just sent me the stuff. He's like, "Man, I got the perfect person for Let Them Go," and I was like, "Who is it?" And he's like, "Courtney Patton." I was like, "Oh, man, if you can get her, that would be phenomenal."
Yeah.
I love her voice anyway. She's great anyway, and then he got her in there and they laid down her tracks and he sent it to me and I was like, "Man, you were right. You nailed it. That was good. That was a good call."
Man, I was so excited when I saw this was hitting radio.
Yeah.
Because, I love a good duet.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a huge 90s country fan, and there was a lot of duets back in those days.
Yeah.
And so, and Texas radio is really picking up on that here lately. There's a lot of really polished duets hitting radio lately. And so, I've always been a fan of your voice. I've always been a fan of Courtney Patton.
Right.
Who wouldn't be?
Right.
And when I saw this as a single, I was like, I couldn't have clicked it any faster. It's like, I gotta hear it, So I'm stoked that it's on radio. And I think the main reason is not just because it's you and Courtney, but because it's so different from Shelter Me.
Yeah.
It's a completely different style of song.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what your strategy is for radio singles. Like how do you decide what gets put out, or is that?
I don't.
Is that your promoter making that call?
Yeah. And she knows me. I mean, we've been friends for years, before she was even my radio promoter.
Right.
But that was her number one favorite song. Because I let her listen to the record before it even came out. I let her listen to the first mastered release or whatever. And that was her favorite song on there anyways. And because this will be our third radio single off this record, and this will be her second one to work off this record, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So she really wanted to push that, and I was like, "Man, I don't know. I think there's better radio material on there, but it's different. I mean, it's your call.
Yeah.
You love the song, and she let her partner listen to it also, and she gave the thumbs up on it too. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's see where it goes. I think
it's gonna do great, man.
Yeah, I hope so.
I really do.
Yeah.
It really takes you back.
Yeah.
It's not your prototypical '90s country duet.
Right.
That's not what I mean at all.
Right.
But it definitely takes you back to that era of music.
Yeah.
Even kind of reminds you a little bit of the old George and Tammy days.
Right.
Even because it's kind of a calling duet too, where you're calling to each other throughout the song. It's just a great song. I hope it resonates with Texas.
Yeah,
radio.
I hope so too. To be honest with you, man, I hadn't listened to the song in a while, and when she said we're gonna do Let Them Go, I was like, let me listen to it. I listened to the song and I was like, man, that's a good song after all. It's cool because I really like when we come together in the chorus and sing together, and I was like, man, we sound good together.
Yeah,
actually.
it sounds so. Yeah. It's perfect.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you write this song as a duet?
No, I didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
So is there any change that you have to make?
No.
It's just the same lyrics?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, when I was writing it, I never thought about the duet part, but then when we was gonna do it on the record, I was like, man, this could work as a duet, you know, because the girl could sing this, you know,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it worked out great, actually. So I'm glad we did it as a duet. It's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
very cool. So Saints 11, where'd that name come from?
It's not a very interesting story, but I'll tell you I need
Well, then make something up. Then.
I need to, man, because the truth is so dumb. Basically, the 11 comes from our birth date, which was 11/11/11 was when we formed.
Okay.
So that's where the 11 comes from.
All right.
So Saints comes from the movie, The Boondock Saints.
Okay.
You know that movie?
Yeah.
So when we first got together, the drummer that we had at the time, it was his all-time favorite movie, and I was like, I've never even seen that movie. How can it be the all-time greatest movie in the planet if I've never seen it? I've never really even heard of it.
You were willing to name your band after it.
Well, I thought the name was cool. The name of the movie was cool. I was like, man, that's a cool name. So when we left rehearsal, I called him. I said, man, we should name our band Boondock Saints. He's like, no, we can't do that. I was like, well, let me think of something. So I thought, hey, today's 11/11/11, and you know the Boondock Saints, and I put 2 and 2 together and named it Saints 11.
You put 2 and 2 together and came up with 11.
Exactly. It's kind of dumb.
Everywhere else it's 4.
But it stuck.
Yeah. And it does. It resonates. It's a cool name.
Thanks.
And so is it, I know you have a co-founder, right, that was with you from the beginning.
Yeah, but not anymore.
So who's with the band now?
Nobody.
It's just you now?
Yeah, just me. I got a whole new band, basically.
Okay. So when did that change?
When we went to Montana.
You see what happens when you take the music out of Texas.
Seriously, yeah. Our founding member, our bass player, had just gotten married, and his wife was like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want you gone for 4 days at a time. I was like, dude, this is just the beginning. I mean, we got bigger and better stuff.
Sometimes that going out of state can really kind of
show your true
like, man,
colors.
this is getting real now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But now I got a great band, man. I mean, our drummer that's with us now, he's been with us for 1.5 years now. He's from Raleigh, North Carolina. He just moved here about 2 years ago. Then I picked him up 1.5 years ago, and he's been great. Got a new bass player now, and got a phenomenal steel player he's incredible.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long these guys last.
Yeah. Right, I don't know. You're going to Oregon and Idaho, so
I know.
Whew.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But I mean, it happens, man. It's part of the business. People
That's
come,
true.
and people come, people go.
Yep.
But
you're 3 records in. You're multiple singles in.
Yep.
You're heading in the right direction with everything. You're playing all over Texas.
Yes, sir.
Now you're filtering out outside of Texas. But we're going to be right back with more from Jeff Grossman from Saints 11. We're going to hit him with a little bit of a surprise, guys. Y'all don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Colby Cooper.
And JT Sharp.
And thank y'all for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
All right, so we are back. This is episode 239 featuring Jeff Grossman from Saints 11 for the first time on the ETX ROCKS Show. And if you're following along with us out there, then you probably know by now that we like to play a game on the show and surprise our guests. And this episode is no different. Look at the look on his face. He has no idea what's fixing to happen. But we're going to play What the Heck with Jeff here today. And Jeff, the way this works is I'm just going to ask you like 5 or 6 questions. Some of them might be silly or stupid.
Okay.
Some might be deeper.
All right.
And I just want you to shut your filter off and tell me the first thing that pops into your brain.
Okay.
Sound good?
Keep it clean.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
All right. Kids, turn off the episode right now. All right, so this is What the Heck with Jeff Grossman from Saints 11. Now, Jeff,
Yeah.
if a penguin walked through that door right now
Uh-huh.
and just slammed through the door wearing a sombrero,
Yeah.
why is he here and what does he say?
I hope he's got tacos. I don't know.
I'm hoping so, too. I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah.
So that's why he's here. He's bringing tacos. So
Sure.
what does he say when he comes through the door?
Your tacos are here.
Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Does he say that in English or?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to understand him.
Right. We'd just be like, hey, look, get out of here, you damn bilingual penguin.
Right.
Yeah. It would be no bueno.
Right.
See what I did there? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey.
All right, number 2. What do you think cats dream about?
Dogs.
Is that it? What if it's a cat that's only lived in the house without dogs? How would they possibly dream about dogs?
You're right. That's a good question. They probably dream about... I don't know. It's a good one.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
See, catnip could be the same answer, though, because not everybody gives catnip to their cats.
You're right. I'm not a cat person. I don't know anything about it.
I'm not either. I have cats, but
yeah.
I think they dream about sleeping. What do cats like doing more than anything? Sleeping, right?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. I dream about sleeping all the time.
Maybe running in a field full of daisies? I don't know.
That would be bad for my cats because I have a dog named Daisy. My cats would be like, man, what a terrible dream.
Yeah, a nightmare.
Yeah. There's daisies everywhere, man. Oh, I got chipped out of this dream experience.
Yeah.
All right, number 3. Now, as a songwriter, you might enjoy this question.
Okay.
So you can pick any songwriter, alive or dead, to write your life story in a song. Number 1, who is the songwriter you choose, and what's the title of the song?
I would pick Walt Wilkins, because he's probably the only songwriter that I know. And it would be called, the song would be called What a Mess.
It's so true.
Right?
It's so true. That should be the name of the record.
That's true. Yeah.
What a mess.
What a mess you are.
That was only number 3, y'all. All right, so you're dating someone new.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what do you think is the appropriate amount of time to wait before going number 2 in front of someone that you just started dating?
In front of somebody?
Yeah, like in the same room.
I've been with my wife for 11 years now, and we still don't do that.
So it's longer than 11 years, somewhere after this point in time.
I think that's a private thing you should do, but by yourself, not in front of somebody. I don't care who it is.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're just not willing to share that side of yourself.
What,
Does she do it?
No.
So there's just a barrier there.
Yeah. That should be private time. That should be your private time.
Do you have you ever had this discussion with her?
No.
Maybe that's why it hasn't happened.
Well, I don't want it to happen. No, I'm not.
No, just awkward.
Yeah.
You have to have
that's
that
my
alone
time. That's her time. I don't need to be involved in it. I know what's going on. Let's just leave it at that.
Everybody poops.
Yes.
I have to say that from the Mandy Powell episode. That is a hashtag that she gave to us.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, I know it's human nature, but you just do your thing and I'll do mine. I don't need to announce it.
Yeah.
I don't need to.
So you don't even have to say, I'm going poop.
No,
leave me alone.
I don't need an audience. Everything's good.
So she can probably tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, hashtag everybody poops.
That's right.
But I don't need to make a scene about it.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
agree. So speaking of pooping.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were a cannibal, do you think clowns would taste funny?
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah? I don't know either. If I was a cannibal, man, I think I could find something better.
You think so?
I don't know. There's not many clowns out there. And they're elusive.
Are they?
They're pretty elusive.
I don't know. It depends on how clean they are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and you got to make sure they have like flavored face paint. Because I'm not going to clean my food before I eat it. You know?
Do you eat the skin?
Depends. Like, do they have like cannibal shake and bake?
I don't know. You would definitely want to put spices on it. Right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask that to a cannibal someday.
Do you know any cannibals?
I don't.
I don't want to know any.
I've asked that question to a lot of people on the show, and I haven't run into a cannibal yet.
That's good.
I'm just waiting for one person to go, no, they taste like shit.
It's because you're eating it from the wrong end. Right. You started at the wrong place.
Yes. Yes. That's the winner. He just won the game. The history of the game has just been won. I don't think we can ever play this game again. All right, last question from What the Heck, and this is I think all of your fans are going to want to know the answer to this question. Sure. Where do you think squirrels go during hurricanes?
I don't know. I don't live in a hurricane
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, DFW is not known for that.
No. I would say probably Mexico. I don't know why I said that. That was stupid. I don't know.
Mexico makes as much sense as anything anyone else has ever said.
Oh.
Kayla Ray, I love you, Kayla. But she said that they go in the little cages on top of the water towers.
Why? I didn't know there was a cage up there.
I didn't either until Kayla came on the show. And so then that was her regular episode of the show. And then we had her on Songbirds and Troubadours with Heather Little, the two of them song swapping. And by the end of the show, they had retermed hurricanes were now called squirrel slingers.
Squirrel slingers.
They're not called hurricanes anymore.
I don't know. I would say they would go up as high as they could or find the highest tree.
That would be very risky.
Why?
Because the top of the tree is going to be gone before the bottom of the tree when it's windy, I would think.
That's a good point.
I think squirrels would at least know that.
That's a good point.
I don't know. Yeah. All right, I lied. One more. So if evolution is true, how did the sloth make the cut?
I don't believe in evolution.
Okay. I don't either, but it's still an interesting question.
I'm not even sure what a sloth is.
You don't know what a sloth is?
Is that thing with the long nails, like the monkey looking
thing? Yeah,
thing?
it moves really slow, unless it's being chased by somebody with a knife.
Have you ever seen them move that fast?
I haven't. They move really slow.
Even if they're being chased with somebody with a knife?
Yeah.
They do?
Have you ever chased AOL dial-up with a knife? It's still slow.
That's true. That's a good point. The struggle was real back in our day.
I'll tell you what, man. So that was What the Heck with Jeff Grossman. That was a lot of fun. More fun than I have had this week. I appreciate that. So, Jeff, you are going to play another song for us. And
yes, sir.
So tell us about this second one. This is called Strange Round Here, right?
Yeah, this is a true story, actually. I've been in construction all my adult life, just about. We did a job down in Waco, Texas, and the general contractor, they were from Dallas, so they put them up in apartments down there, right, while they're doing the job, so they don't drive back and forth.
Yeah.
So anyway, one of the guys that worked for the general contractor ended up meeting this girl at the local bar down there, right? And they hooked up. He got her pregnant. He didn't want to go home and tell his wife that he got this girl pregnant, so he killed the girl that he got pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah, killed her. And they ended up catching him. Now he's in San Quentin somewhere, or Huntsville or whatever. But it's a weird story, but it made for a cool song.
Yeah, and I love songwriters that do this too. We have a lot of friends that'll pull from like historical events and put them into songs.
Yeah.
It just makes for a great story song.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a good example of that. Guys, this is Jeff Grossman from Saints 11, live and unplugged, only on the ETX ROCKS Show. Song is called Strange Round Here. Y'all don't go anywhere.
Landed in a job that took him out of town. It was the first time he left his precious wife. Bills are piling up today, it's work I've gotta take. I'll call you when I can, come home now and then. Something strange round here is going down. They settled in for long, find a place to have a beer. He met this waitress out, he loved the way she felt. And before too long, it turned to every night. The call stopped coming in, he forgot his other life. Something strange round here is going down. Sometimes the brightest lights ain't on your neighbor's porch. The green side of the other fence is sometimes even worse. Some can't take the medicine they do that they deserve. Down the road a few months back, she said, I've got some news. And that day you got rained out, and I came home with you. It's your baby, there is no other guy. I'll take care of you, but I've got to see my wife. Something strange round here is going down. He never came back from his lovely little home. I left that place far behind, erased it from his mind. She came up missing, no one had seen her around. Funny how no one cares in this one horse little town. Something strange round here is going down. Sometimes the brightest spots seen on your neighbor's porch. The green side of the other fences, sometimes even worse. Some can't take the medicine they know that they deserve.
All right, so we are back. That was Strange Round Here from the record Coming Back Around from Saints 11. 11 songs on this, so it's a full album produced by the legendary Walt Wilkins. And so tell folks where they can pick up a copy of this, both digitally and if they wanted a physical copy.
You can go to our website, actually, saints11.com, and you can go to the store there, and we'll ship you a CD or a vinyl or...
And where would you send folks that wanted to buy a digital copy? Where's your preferred place?
I don't care.
Doesn't
iTunes,
matter.
No, whatever.
Yeah.
Wherever.
So iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, I'm sure they all have it.
Everybody.
And if you want a physical copy, it's saints11.com, and that's all spelled out. That's very important.
Yep.
It's not the number 11. It's ELEVEN.
Mm-hmm.
It's Sunday, and I've made it through that whole word. Good stuff. And Jeff, man, I want to thank you a ton for visiting with us.
Yeah,
if people wanted to follow along with y'all on social media, where would you send them?
Everywhere. I mean, we're everywhere.
Do you even have a Snapchat?
No, we didn't.
I would have been impressed if you were on Snapchat.
I'm not even sure what Snapchat is.
I'm not either.
There's too much social media.
Yeah.
To keep up with.
I know you're on Facebook.
We got the Facebook, the Twitter, and the Instagram.
Right. And it's at Saints11 on all of that, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And I think it's all caps, but I don't think that matters.
I don't think so.
I think it's just at Saints11. And it's saints11.com, once again, all spelled out.
Yeah.
And we'll put that in the description down below, along with a link where you can pick this up digitally.
Yep.
So if you want a physical copy, just click on the webpage, saints11.com, in the description below.
Yep.
If you want this digitally, there'll be a link down there for that as well.
Yep.
So I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in to the 239th episode of the ETX ROCKS Show, featuring Jeff Grossman from Saints 11. We finally got Jeff on the show, and man, what a huge thrill for me to get to talk with you today.
Thanks,
I really dig the music.
Sure,
and,
thank you.
Keep doing it, man. I love what you're doing. I love the bipolarness of the music.
Thanks.
The all over the placeness. Yes, I've created more words, but that's okay. That people know to expect that out there. You just never know what I'm going to say. Don't give somebody a platform.
Right.
If you're watching the ETX ROCKS Show for the first time, you can follow everything we do on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're located at ETX ROCKS. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. That is very, very important. And the reason why is because every subscription we get, it changes the algorithms for our channel. What that means is the more subs we have, the more we're featured in recommended video sections on YouTube. And that means more exposure for artists like Jeff here and all the other amazing, talented people we've had on the show as well. So hit that subscribe button. It's completely free for you to do that unless you hit it twice. And then we'll charge like 18 pesos. We tell them that because if they hit it twice, they unsubscribe, and that's no problem.
That's
It's
a
not
bummer.
good at all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just one time, hit that subscribe button, completely free. And while you're there, smash the like button too. That'll let us know that you enjoy what we're doing here. And you can hit subscribe, follow, or like on every single platform we're on, which I believe is over 20 now, believe it or not. I want to thank all of you platforms out there for picking up the show. That definitely helps us. And we're close to getting on Spotify finally. I got an email the other day, and they're considering it.
Good.
I don't know how I feel about that, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, more people will listen, I guess.
That's where everybody's going.
Yeah, Notify is the place to be.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Now, if you want to contribute financially to the show, all of our funding depends entirely on our audience out there, like you folks. So, we've set up a donate link where you can contribute directly to www.paypal.me/ETX ROCKS, and just about every penny goes right back into the production of the show. That means upgrading equipment, helping us get to on-location episodes or interviews at venues and stuff like that. If you don't know us personally, we have a 2014 Nissan van, which gets like 11.6 miles a gallon. So by the time I get to the end of my road, I have to fill up again. Not even kidding. I'm hoping they install a gas station on the street here soon.
Yeah.
So that definitely helps us out. And we'll take anything from 50 cents to $1 million. And we'll take American dollars, Egyptian dollars, rupees, and but no gold on Diablo though. I've got plenty.
Yeah.
You play Diablo?
No.
I don't either anymore. Somebody gave me 1 billion coins on that thing, and it made the game easy.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah. No more donating that stuff. And we'll also take rupees, which is a big thing in India.
Roofies?
No.
Oh.
That's a different kind of relationship, Jeff. Rupees.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't put.
I'll take roofies. I'm just kidding. I won't. It's not my thing.
That's not what he told me. So, look, just for this episode, we will take roofies as well.
Right.
All right? And we'll end up on American Crime Stories or something.
Hey, publicity.
That might be the only way we get on Netflix.
Right, exactly.
As we always say on this show, we want to thank you guys out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX rocks.
That's right.
Howdy, folks. This is Aaron Watson.
This is Bree Bagwell.
This is Jake. And this is Walter from Rocky Queen.
This is Curtis Grimes.
Monty Pittman.
This is Doug Supernon.
I'm Heather Little.
This is Rob Redwan.
Ho! Hey, folks, I'm WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Hey guys, I'm Katie Lynn, and make sure to tune in to ETX Rocks with
Boston Chris.
Hello, y'all. This is Ronnie Millsap, and thanks for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS Show.
Tough guy. Ho!
Hey guys, we're Black Top Mojo, and thank you for tuning in to ETX Rocks.